All right, people, 3 quick Senko tips that are guaranteed to help you catch more fish. And at the end of the video, I'm going to link my secret scent that I guarantee nobody is using, and mostly I use it on Senkos. Tip number 1, take the Senko. By the way, this is a Gary Yamamoto real Senko, okay? Take the Senko and just stretch it. What you're doing is you're trying to get all the salt out. Or not all of it, you're trying to get a lot of the salt out. What this does is it falls differently. It falls slower with less salt, and it has a little bit more movement with the less salt, okay? The slow fall is, one, it's different than everybody else, right? So when you're fishing around a lot of guys, you gotta be doing something just a little bit different, and the devil is in the details. Guys, I fish around, everybody's fishing Senkos around me, and I'm out fishing them. And there's another reason why, and I'm gonna link it at the end of this video. It's my secret scent, okay? Which I guarantee nobody's using. All right, I'm gonna show you that in another video. The link will be at the end. So what I do is I put them in a Plano waterproof with my scent, and I just go through bags. I do a couple bags at a time. I get the salt out, stretch the salt out, and then I put them in their compartment. All right, tip number 2 is the hook. The VMC Weedless Nico. This is super important. I'm gonna tell you why. If you're not fishing this around heavy cover, this Senko, you're not fishing it in the right spots. I mean, I'm 90% of the time using a weedless Nico because there's always something to get stuck on. This weedless Nico uses fluorocarbon, a double weed guard, fluorocarbon double weed guard. You can stretch it out a little bit if you're around some more snaggy stuff. It is really good at staying out of cover. This is the older one. This is the newer red line, which I kind of am switching everything to, but I've used this older one forever. And it's good. It is really good. Don't even know why I really use the newer one. It's a little bit stronger, and I like to really put the pressure on the fish, and that's why I'm using the newer one. But this older one, which is a little bit cheaper, gets it done. Size 2 hook. I mean, size 2 has worked for me. John Cox, you've heard of him, right? If you haven't, he's the master at wacky rigging. He uses a size 2 hook. I use a size 2 hook on almost everything, unless I'm going up to a 6 or 7 inch Senko. But the majority of the time, this is the next tip. Size 2 weedless Nico hook. This thing does it. Tip number 3. Guys, don't use any kind of O-ring or plastic collar or any of that stuff. Basically, I look at it and I put it right behind the egg sac. Okay? And what happens is, without a collar or O-ring, it moves around really easily. With a collar or something that it sticks through, the hook is solid. So whenever you move, like, look at the way this thing moves. Okay, this thing moves around really nice like this. So the drawback people may ask is, oh, I'm gonna lose a lot of baits. Well, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. One is I don't lose a lot of baits. That's number 1. Number 2 is I don't really care. I'm catching fish. I mean, you know, again, look at someone like John Cox. Is he using an O-ring on his wacky rigs? No, he's not. The other thing about an O-ring is you're gonna have the hook like this in the bait. And so when this thing is falling, right, this hook will be like this. And when the bass grabs it, okay, you want it to be like this, straight up and down. So when he grabs it, he gets hooked. Those 3 tips, I guarantee you, if you're not doing any one of them, you're limiting your bites. Please hit the link at the end of the video. I bathe all my Senkos in this scent before I throw them. I guarantee nobody's using this scent. I've used it for about 3 years and it works really good.